Welcome back to Flint Transport. My name is Justin. Today I'm going to go on a little ride. I got this little hook thing. Okay, does that tell you something? Tells you what truck I'm driving, doesn't it? Time to get those buckets off. We got to go trucking. So you see that hook, and you can't see it on the bucket. You're gonna have to step up here. But there's a little hole in the bucket. You actually have to take one step up. Higher. All right. A little hole in the bucket that we drilled. There we go. And we're good. Purpose of those is just trying to keep the rain out. I just don't like when water gets in there. It just tends to rust and I don't know, get nasty down in there. And also water, if water does build up at all, when you do start it, then it tends to blow black juice all over your cab. And we don't run this truck a lot right now. Basically, again, still waiting on the paint shop. Hopefully they get hustling with that. Today, I'm not really, I mean, I'm gonna take it trucking. I'm basically taking it to a guy to check on redoing the interior, putting in the interior, getting all that done. So it's just a few miles down the road, 10-15 miles down the road, and coming back. So we'll go have a little fun as well. Fun truck to run. And it's a beautiful day out, sun shining. That means a good day to take 144 out. As you can see, this interior is pretty rough shape. I say rough shape, it's in good shape. It just needs it finished out. So we've got quite a bit to do. So we just need to finish out this interior. I want to get started on that. It's gonna, like I said before, guys, it's gonna be a wintertime project. It's gonna be something that happens dead of winter, December, January, February, I don't know. So I'm gonna take it out there. This guy's gonna get me a quote. And we'll see what he comes back with. Like I said, I feel like to get it done before Louisville Truck Show. That way we can have it out there. I'm now looking for like a show truck necessarily, just a nice clean work truck, which this is all that and a little bit. Jake Freak's coming. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Trucks with no AC, man. I tell you what. Wow, wait, the price of cool ain't cheap. I'm messing with you. The AC does not work on this truck yet, but it will work. It will work on this truck. truck is a lot of fun to drive, and that Freightliner I drove the other day, just no comparison. I mean, like this truck, you hop in, you start driving, you want to go trucking. That Freightliner, it's like, it's just another day. Whereas this Kenworth, it's like, let's go. Put the hammer down. Automatic stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It don't cut it for me. Take my 13 speed. Away we go. Little update. I got the truck scheduled in to get all this stuff done. It's not scheduled for a couple months yet, but it's going to take probably about 2 months to complete once it goes into the shop, and I can't wait to show you guys. I will give you guys an update when the truck exterior gets completed. Then we're going to go to interior, but that's not going to be till the spring of 22. So a little bit of time yet on that. One last look. I'll tell you guys, what a difference. It just, there's no comparison. I mean, if you want a day job, whatever, you want to just drive truck, you don't really care about what truck you drive, but you get truck with noise, good sound, all that good stuff, I tell you, it's fun. Keep you awake for hours. There goes the truck. He's heading actually just down the road to the repair shop. Just some electrical stuff with that one. Got a few more sitting. So there's a lot of little things that need done. Like I was saying, I want to run this truck just for a couple weeks. Just put some miles on it, work the bugs out of it, things like that. So they're gonna hopefully pull it into the shop here shortly and start working on some of those things. For example, you can hear the air leak. This steering wheel doesn't adjust. It just gummed up a little bit. That's got to get done. Some of the gauges are not working. They're going to be putting some of the dash and stuff in. So it's coming along. It's a project truck. It's coming along. It takes time. When you got a truck this pretty sitting, it's really hard to let it sit. You want to go out and run it. We'll get there. I know it's been a while since I showed you a full load of apples. Let's check it out. So as I had mentioned earlier, kind of some of the stuff that we haul is bulk apples. We do haul them in crates as well. We haul them mostly in bulk. If you look, this is just a frameless dump trailer, and I'll show you these, what it looks like up top. This trailer is actually loaded and it's headed to one of the many juice plants. There you go. What is this, a 40-foot dump trailer, maybe 39 foot, loaded right full. So he probably has a delivery appointment for sometime this morning. Gives you a little idea. And the reason that the tarp is not on is because the black will create heat, so it's better to leave it off. And that's how, you know, all these apples get hauled. Usually open, unless sometimes what we're doing, you know, sometimes we load with our walk-in floors, a trailer like that, and there's kind of tough. Well, they can leave the tarps open on there, but if they're sitting for a long time, they definitely open the tarp. Like this probably sat for the night, so they leave the tarp open. On the walk-in floor, it's kind of the same way. If it's cold out, it's not as big of a deal, but here, like, we're still getting some warm weather, so the tarp needs to stay open. I'll show you what it looks like here in the back, kind of how they unload. So a lot of these apples get unloaded right out the chute here. Simply pull on this handle and you'll have apples. And sometimes they get loaded back into crates again, like a big 4x4 crate. A lot of times they go right into a pit and they get pressed for juice. There you got a little idea of what we do. These food plants are really tricky to get in there and shoot video. A lot of red tape. So that's tough for me to do, but I can at least show you when they're here what a full load of apples looks like. That would feed a lot of people. What's up? You want to trade the pit vipers? Huh? You want to trade the pit vipers?
Yeah, we'll trade them. You pull this load with your tow truck and I'll do all the work.
Where's this going? When did you get the pit vipers?
White pack off.
That's how cold the corn started to move over. Whole load of pumpkins. I love messing with these guys. I'm taking a walk out back here to these fuel tanks because these two tanks right here, 10,000 gallon tank and a 5,000 gallon tank, is what keeps our trucks rolling. In response to the last video. It was interesting to read all the comments. I want to show you these fuel tanks, right? So 15,000 gallons of fuel storage to run our trucks. A little continuation of that video, just more thinking, things like that. If this was a charging station, okay, it would obviously be a bit smaller. But what I want to know is how many acres of solar or how many wind towers would it take to charge our fleet of trucks? I know that there's somebody out there that can do the math. Can somebody convert that over? You know, figure out how many kilowatts or megawatts it would take? Or what do they call that, a gigawatt? I have no idea. So just something I was thinking about is how many solar panels, how many acres and acres of fields would it take to switch over to electric? And that's what is confusing to me, is like, I don't think it's worth it. And by all means, there's some things that are better electric, like a cordless drill. You know what, that's been tried, proven, tested, you know, that works great. There's some things that are great that are electric. Electric weed whackers, electric mowers, you know, some of those things they're coming out with and they work great. But some of these things, they need a little more time for testing rather than just to force it on somebody. Just like the emission systems they put in the 2008 trucks. You know, not a lot of testing went into that and it ended up being a failure. And it went to worse than what they started at with, because everyone deleted their trucks and they became dirtier trucks than the 07 trucks. So I'm afraid that's what's gonna happen with electric trucks. It's not gonna be very tried, proven, tested. I mean, are there any electric trucks out there right now? And there's not. I mean, they're testing, but you don't see them going up and down the road. To be 50% or 40%, I think it is, by 2035, that they wanna have electric in 10 years, that's gonna be a pretty major infrastructure change just for 40% of the trucks in New York State. Crazy, guys. You know, you'd think that somebody would think about this. And I'm sure that they could say, hey, you know what? America uses X amount of gallons of diesel fuel. That means we can convert that to electric and it's gonna be X amount of gigawatts or whatever it is. What is that number? And would there even be solar fields big enough to produce that kind of electricity if everything was electric? Let me know your comments and let me know how big of a solar field it would take to charge our 35 trucks. One thing for sure, guys, I'll take the dirty diesel any day. It's definitely a proven, tried and tested truck. You know, and I was thinking the other day, I'm like, whistling diesel is gonna have to be now whistling electric. Wonder what he's gonna do about that. You think it's gonna be whistling electric instead of whistling diesel? Hey, crazy thoughts. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.